Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm here to give you the philosophy how to expand and build upon your creativity, imagination, and innovation. Everything is created twice. First in mind, then it becomes reality. Whatever the mind of man can conceive and believe it can achieve. So you go out there day after day, do the work, confidence, put yourself out there boldly, authentically, even though the success, the creation has not arrived, has not manifested just yet. But you know that the richest place on earth, the richest real estate on earth, is the graveyard where dreams and goals and everything like that die along with you because you have the courage, the philosophy, in the frameworks. That's all going to change. You have that and the go-getter energy to go out there and make things happen instead of waiting for things to happen. This is the method, the philosophy known as create like a god. This is your man's Jaron Mitchell, aka Jaron Winning Mitchell. Today's topic we're talking about today is the two types of imagination: synthetic versus creative. So where I got this idea from, we've been talking about it. If you're new to the show, are new to the podcast, create like a god, or I could say this master class, if it is a master class, just say all this. If you're new, make sure you go ahead, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can get notified for each episode that get launched every single day. And if you're on YouTube, go ahead and do that. And you can go ahead and check out also you're on Spotify and Apple iTunes. Make sure you subscribe, hit the follow button, subscribe, and do the same. Leave a 5-star rating and review on there. So but going back to these points, okay, for some reason, my notes ain't going here because not teleprompter, StreamYard that I'm using have teleprompter right here. So I get to see my notes right here without going to another application. But anyway, so imagination, I'm going to give you a quote. Oh, I don't remember who said this quote here, but imagination is the most marvelous, miracle, inconceivable, powerful force the world has ever known. Okay, the world, basically us as human beings. Okay, your imagination. Albert Einstein says imagination is important in knowledge. Okay, because basically you got the law of attraction, using the laws that God has given us, using your mind, planting seeds, and all that other stuff. And we talked about it in previous episodes. Okay, and we have cherish your. I'm gonna have right here. Cherish your visions, your dreams, as they are like children of your soul, the blueprint of your ultimate achievement. Okay. Another quote I got right here for you. The only trouble with this world today lies in a lack of understanding of the power of imagination. Okay. And another quote, a man's only limitations within reason lies in his use of his imagination. Now, Grant Cardone also has a quote. He says, creativity follows commitment. When you're committed, you're going to think of creative ways to do things, to figure things out, to follow up to whatever it is that you got with your goals. I look at it as you're going to figure it out. You're going to use your imagination, you're going to use your vision. You're going to get creative of doing things to get clients, your services, or anything that you're doing. If you're artists, do some artwork, creative work to get your work sold, doing some creative things, or imagination, using your imagination. Capability means imagination. Okay. The first comes first. Oh, this is actually oh no, that's not it. The first comes thought, then organization of the thoughts into ideas and plans, then transform of those thoughts into reality. The beginning, as you will observe, is in your imagination. Let me quote that again, because remember I always say this on my podcast too. Everything is created twice. Okay, so we got first comes thoughts. Okay, thought becomes first thought. You think about it, right? Then organizing of that thought. You organize your thoughts. You start organizing it. You start getting notes. You start writing stuff down. You start organizing into a document where it is to organize your thoughts. Whatever brainstorming the idea to put your thoughts out, right? Your thoughts, and organizing those thoughts into ideas, into plans. I just mentioned that. Then transform those plans into reality. Then you act the plan. You get the plan, right? You go out and get the plan. You use the plan, and I know I'm talking about this before we don't get to the two the points that I have right now. Why? The transformation of those thoughts into reality. Basically, you put the plans like Napoleon Hill. You put in the plans, you do the stuff. You get temporary defeat. Okay, that plan didn't work. Using the 10,000 ways it did not work, just like Thomas Edison to create the electric light bulb. Using your temporary defeats as a test to see what worked, what doesn't work. Okay, that didn't work. That plan didn't work. Scrap that plan. That plan didn't work. Okay, scrap that plan. Let's create a new plan. Let's create a new sound plan. Let's create a new plan. See if that sound. If it's go for it. And if it doesn't work out, if the plan you got temporary defeat, that means the plan wasn't sound. You are going to deal with setbacks. You're gonna deal with things that life gonna come. Things in life gonna come up. You're gonna deal with those. But you gotta be able to go through resistance. Okay, resistance is the enemy. Go through resistance. And there's a quote I have right here. I actually put it on my Facebook page, which is persistence is the silent theft of success. No, not persistence. I'm sorry. Procrastination. Let me correct myself. Not persistence. Persistence is actually part of success, but procrastination is a silent theft, silent killer to success. Okay. So take action. Now I had the habit of doing this, going in and out, doing off and on things, and I've been through it, and I made a decision. We're going to Casey, stay consistent. We're going to keep going no matter what happens. I'm going to do it. If I miss one day, I got to make sure I pick back up on the next day. So I won't, um, I won't be able to lose my momentum. Building the thought comes in, you go and organize those thoughts, then you have a plan of action, then you go out there and take the action. Sometimes you just got to take action, man. So, well, at times you do have to take action to make your goals a reality. Okay. So if you do not see great riches in your imagination, you'll never see them in your bank account, bank balance, your bank account. You never see yourself being a great artist or being good at your artwork, drawing, sculpting, whatever it is that you're doing. Okay. You want to do as an artist, as a business owner, you want to build that business. You're a inventor, you want to build that invention. If you're a designer, go there and design, or anything that you're going on in your life. If you do not have the imagination, if you do not see it in your imagination, you'll never have them in your bank balance. You'll probably get it, but it'll be a lot. You probably can get it, but you'll be, you get it a lot later, a lot of other struggles, a lot later possibly, because you're not using the use of your imagination. A lot of us don't use our imagination. Don't worry, I've been there. I've definitely been there. So you won't see, you have to see it in your mind. Michael Jordan, I mean, what was it? I know Michael Jordan. He wasn't, was it? He got cut from the basketball team in high school, now became one of the greatest players in the game of basketball. You have Muhammad Ali, I'm the greatest, and became the greatest. Okay, visualize it, see it. Same thing with I think Andrew Tate as well, saying he's talking about it. I'm talking about, I'm gonna be a champion. Gonna be this, I'm gonna be that. You're talking about it. You're speaking it into existence. You're talking about it, you're thinking about it. You're thinking about it, you're talking about it, and you're taking the actions to go out there, make it happen, to make it reality. Okay, imagination, the workshop of the soul, where it shapes all the plans for ideas of achievement. All of the breaks you need in life is the use of your imagination. Imagination, the workshop of the mind, capable of turning mind energy into accomplishment and wealth. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe it can achieve, thoughts or things, powerful things at that, when mixed with definite of purpose, in a burning desire can be translated into riches. Using auto-suggestion, one of, I believe the second, I believe is the third step towards riches, or the second, because I know burning desire is the first, and you have faith and all that. Okay, you got desert. Burning desire can transmute into riches. Using auto-suggestion, having faith, of imagination, overcome fear. In time is your opposite. My goodness, let me say that again. Imagination and overcoming fear in time is the opposite player as on the checkerboard. Okay, or say chessboard. If the winds of fortune are temporarily blown against you, remember that you can harness them and to make them carry out towards your definite purpose through a use of your imagination. The creative imagination works automatically in the manner of describing the subsequent page. The faculties functions only with the consciousness is vibrating at an excellent rapid rate. As for example, when your conscious mind stimulating through the emotion of a strong desire. Okay, we're gonna be talking about using a strong desire and other stimuli of the brain. You gotta have a strong desire. It's like an obsession. Grant Cardone's book, Be Obsessed or Be Be Obsessed or Be Average. You gotta be obsessed. The greats are obsessed with it. They talk about it, obsessed with it. They love it. Okay, so here's gonna be the core themes of this episode today. Okay, the core things. Imagination is the workshop of the soul. Okay, we mentioned that already. I was going through some other of my notes, some of my old notes from our, podcast, and I had it before just on audio. Okay, in this episode, we're going to explain two types of imagination. I already know Napoleon Hill, which is all the book I'm talking about from Think and Grow Rich. There's nothing new under the sun. No, I'm just in a little bit throwing it with my little flair, my little spice into it. Okay, Napoleon Hill talks about the thing on rich, how artists, not even say that, but you can use this, how artists and creators can use both, and how to understand to unlock your next level to your creative. Okay, and here's the opening quote. right here. Man's only limitation with reason lies in the development of the use of his imagination. Imagination is very important. It's an important step towards riches. It's going to be an important step of building your dreams, important step with your goals, and also raising your vibrations. Gauss laws, law of attraction, law of vibration, okay, and many other laws, which the law of magnetism and the law of harmonic rhythm. We're going to be talking about that more as well. That way, you will not be a drifter, but you will be one of the achievers, a driver. Okay, so let's go ahead and get to these 5 points that I got here today on today's episode. Point number 1, today's topic we talk about today is the two types of imagination, synthetic versus creative. Point number 1, imagination is the root of all achievement. Okay, every piece of art, business, and inventions began in the mind first. Remember, I said on my podcast every single day, everything is created twice. First in the mind, then it becomes reality. Okay, so you're already thinking about it. Then you start talking about it, right? You start talking about it. You're talking about it. You're talking. You're saying, and you start taking actions. Okay, so you talk about it, you think about it, or you can just think about it and talk about it, take action, do all of it. Okay, every piece of art, business, inventions began within the mind first. Everything in the mind. Okay, first come thought, then organization, then action. Okay, organization, then action. Okay, this is organizing your thoughts. Okay, organizing. This is basically organize it and also speaking as well, but more of organizing. Then you go out and take action with the plan. Okay, with the plan that you have. If you do not see great riches in your mind, again, imagination, you will never see them in your bank balance. Imagination equals capability. It is not fluff. It is power. Okay, this is what imagination is. Okay, so everything is created twice. Every single thing. If you already think about it, you already having it in your subconscious mind, because we think between 60 to 80,000 thoughts per day. So that's why you want to tell yourself, you want to have that growth mindset. You want to plant the seeds within your mind first. You need to do that and protect them, water them every single day. Do things that construct them and inspire. Take action. List constructive books. Think and Go Rich. This podcast, Create Like a God, Working Your Game podcast. The instruct and inspire. Okay, keep your mind set, keep your mind flowing with all that. Even with the also too with the riches, your wish is your command. Start feeling this stuff. Start getting your mind with this positive outlook. This stuff that will able to help you with your goals and your dreams, getting that positive, raising your vibration. If you start going to the world, social media, you're going to see negative stuff. You're going to see all this type of crap people post on the internet. You're going to see people doing some crazy things and on the news and all the other stuff. You want to take full possession of your own mind. You want to use your own imagination, not see pictures of other people, whether what they're doing, and using it with your imagination, how you see it. Okay, so you got to think about it. First is the action. You be, which is all the be, do, have principle. First, you be it. Okay, you be it. You act it. You be the person. Who do I need to be? Who do I need to become to get to the next level? Who do I need to be? Okay, being is the most important part. Okay, you thinking about it. This also with organization. Who do I need to become? Write down who you want to become. Write it down and act that person. Who is the greatest version Jaron's going to be? Who the greatest version of whoever you listen to, audience? You know, whatever you listen to. You know, John, you know, Bob, I don't know, whatever your name is, you listen to this, okay? So how you got to be it. Then you go out and do it. Then when you do, then you're going to have it, because you being it already, you being the person you need to be, you act the part, you being the person, you being the actor, you being the high version of yourself. Okay, what version do I want to be? What version do I need to become? Become that version. Act like that person. You know what? I need to be more ethical in business if I want to get to be the person, the best version of myself. I need to be going to the gym, working out, being self-disciplined. You know, be it, act it, do it. Then you will have it. Point number 2. Today's topic we're talking about today is the two types of imagination. Okay, synthetic versus creative. Now we're going to get to point number 2, which is the best part of it. What was synthetic versus creative, which is what is synthetic imagination. Okay, what is synthetic imagination? Synthetic imagination arranges old ideas into new combinations. We talked about this on episode 1 of Nothing is Truly Original, the strategies. Oh, well, yeah, nothing is truly original. Okay, so synthetic imagination, thought through this faculty of many arranging of old concepts ideas, plans with new combinations. The faculty of creates. This faculty creates nothing. It merely works on the material and experience, education, observing of which it is fed. It is the faculty used most by inventors, with exceptions of the genius, who draws. What's going on here? Okay. Okay, here we go. Who draws upon the creative imagination. It does not mean create anything original. It reshuffles what's already existing, like these phones, right? I already mentioned nothing's truly original. Episode number 2, how to be original. Okay, those 2 episodes we talked about it right here. This phone, right? We already have somebody already made the phone. I think it's Alexander Graham Bell. I think that's his name, right? Have the telephone, right, the speakerphone, start talking through the phone on the other side, okay? Now we got a whole combination. This iPhone right here, right? Many other devices, the designer, how it's designed, is built on top of it. This is the use of synthetic imagination. The same thing with, I guess you could also say with art as well. More of the art, the technology that we use is already built. It's already there. We're using what is already built from the greats, the people that already got to us where we at, and it's going to continue going. And technology is going to continue to advance even further. Okay, it's going to build on top. That's what synthetic imagination is. You already basically, this is the innovation part, right? Inventors, it says it right here, inventors right here, right? It's the innovation part. This using your synthetic imagination. Some stuff is already built upon, which we're going to talk about on the creative imagination pretty soon. Okay, and let's see what we got. It doesn't create anything. Yeah, I already read that. And yeah. Okay, here we go. So another way with art, we can say right here. So it doesn't create anything original. It reshuffles what already exists. Um, think of remixing, right? We already talked about it. Episode number 1. Nothing is truly original, which is everything is remix, copy, transform, and combine. Think of remixing, basically, right? And like sampling in music, sampling, same thing, sampling. Kit bashing in art. Okay, used by most people, especially early stages creators or inventors. Okay, artists use it when referencing anatomy books, references, right? Referencing books, all that other stuff. Applying learning techniques from schools and tutorials. Okay, so you're already learning, you're already applying that, and what you learn, you're building on top of it. Like Bruce Lee said, use what is useful, discards what is useless. So you want to constantly keep on using, elevating to get faster, to get better with your craft, and to find new ways and better ways to be more productive with what you do. And also with school tutorials and all that, combination of books and all that, you're building on using that to build already, and also to help you also build on top of that what you already learned. And that's why it's good to learn different other masters and different other artists. You can learn their techniques and you start combining things. Okay, it's possibly create your own there down the road. Okay, and here's an analogy I got here right here for you. It's like playing chess with pieces you already collected over time, basically, right? That's what it is. It's like you taking the pieces. Nothing like it's like AI, right? You see all the AI and stuff that's going on, right? AI. Look, I was just actually thinking about this. AI only gets better and only improves because it's built off of humans. Okay, it's learning from humans basically. Just do it as probably a faster rate. It's improving very rapidly, but it's actually done by humans. And I think without the humans, there would not be no AI. Okay, without the human training, because humans are training it, they're training the AI. Okay, and people, oh yeah, you don't need humans. Hey, humans are training it. You're still going to need humans at the end of the day. I don't think it's going to truly replace humans, but if you truly want to train your AI, it's going to be you and how you train it and what you want to put to train with that AI. And also too, which I do believe being ethical. Okay, I think some of these companies should license work and have it train their AI for licensing and start paying the creators and the copyright holders for that if they decide to do something like that. Okay. And copyright makes it all copyright. And I think also too, anything generated from AI, this is just my opinion, still the wild, wild west. We'll probably figure it out. Still skeptical on it, but amazing technology, also terrifying, but it need to be ethical. And I think if it's generated by AI, you don't really own it because you haven't really created it. It's a great, right now, it's a great area. But if you haven't actually created and physically been part of it, created it, and you actually use it and actually use AI as a tool to help you, which we already do it, most of the stuff, got ZBrush, you got some of the Maya stuff, algorithms also, and all that stuff to help you, then I don't think you actually create it because you're just letting the AI spit out some stuff. That's just what I think. It's my opinion, but we'll see later on in the future. Let's get to point number 3. Today's topic we're talking about today is the 2 types of imagination: aesthetic versus creative. And this is, we're going to get to creative. What is creative imagination? Okay, what is creative imagination? Creative imagination is direct contact of infinite intelligence. I believe to be God. You got, what's the only thing we know that's infinite intelligence? God, right? DNA. How we design. Actually, I need to put that in my intro too, with design as well. The creation, the design, all that, what I'm talking about. But anyways, through the use, through creative imagination, through the faculties of creative imagination, the finite mind of man has direct communication with infinite intelligence. This is the faculty through hunches and inspirations are received. It is by this faculty that are all basic and new ideas are handed over to man. It is through his faculties that through vibration from the mind and of others are received. It is through his faculties that one individual may turn in or communicate with the subconscious mind of other men. Powerful stuff, man. So this is infinite intelligence. This is most likely you have your 5 senses, right? This is basically the sixth sense, getting the sixth sense, hunches, inspirations. Basically, I think you're getting these things from God, infinite intelligence, and that's another universal way to say God. That's Napoleon Hill put. That's what I think. But it's infinite intelligence, the storehouse of infinite intelligence. It receives hunches, ideas, downloads, divine inspiration. It is not logical. It's spiritual, emotional, and intuitive. Used by genius artists in flow state or entrepreneurs getting a vision that faculties only activates when your emotions stimulate. You have a burning desire or purpose. You're vibrating in a high frequency, passion, gratitude, and urgency. Okay, this is why everybody, you need to raise your vibrations. When you're in prayer, you gotta raise your vibrations. And it's gonna raise your vibration. Muslims pray 5 times a day. Okay, imagine you pray 5 times a day. Possible, I don't know, more, but you're constantly praying, repeating some things, constantly. It's building a habit. You're building it within your subconscious mind. Okay. Hey, again, I keep saying this. I say it a lot. We think between 60 to 80,000 thoughts per day. Okay. So we got to take control. We got to start planting that seeds. Muslims pray 5 times a day. Use your pray, use your affirmations, keep building it and planting that seed in your mind, nurture it, take care of it. Okay. And water it every single day and make sure you pull out the weeds, the automatic negative thoughts. Pull out the weeds that may crumble and crush that dream or that seed you plant in your mind, and let it die. Don't let it die. Okay. And also, here's another analogy I got right here for you. Okay. It is like, and I've been mentioning this, I've been saying this, it is like this, and I finally got it in my notes right here. It's like being a radio turning into divine frequency into ideas that come to you. So it's like you got a radio waves. That's not the actual analogy I was thinking of. I thought it was, but you actually radio waves, right? Your brain, that's what your brain is. It's communicating. It's vibration. Everything in the universe is vibrating. This is the law of vibration. Okay, this is why I know you may think whatever religion that you're in. I'm a Muslim, okay, but I still believe in the law of vibration, the law of attraction. I believe in karma. Karma is energy, is another word to say for it. The thermal laws of dynamics. The law of gravity. These are God's laws, the creation of God, created his laws. We must abide and use his laws in our ability. You have the law of also with Napoleon Hill's out with the devil. When the devil talks about getting a habit, which is a habit, the law of was it hypnotic rhythm? You're hypnotic. You're getting in the rhythm. You don't want to be a drifter. Okay, you don't want to be a drifter. You need to have whatever you do. You need to be in purpose. Okay, so those are the two. Imagination, which is synthetic imagination and creative imagination. Those are the two. Those are the difference between the two. Okay, so you get hunches. This is your sixth sense. This is, you get divine inspiration. You get hunches. Something comes to you. That's why it's good to write it down. Your dreams. Okay, you're dreaming about it. It's giving you like God is literally giving you signs, bro. God is literally giving you the signs, giving you the hints, giving you the hunches. Okay, God, Allah is literally infinite intelligence. Okay, it's literally giving it to you, dog. So what's the excuse? Raise your vibration, build your vibration, raise your vibrations, okay? And everything universe is vibrating. Everything universe is energy. Energy cannot be created or destroyed. Hey, just saying. Okay, let's go ahead and get to point for number 4. Today's topic we're talking about today, 2 types of imagination, synthetic versus creative imagination. Okay, point number 4, why both imagination matters. Why both of these matters? Okay, why both? Synthetic imagination builds your craft. It structures, grounded strategies. Creative imagination pushes the boundaries where originality lives. Greatest artists use both. Okay, great. Entrepreneurs use both. Use what's already built. You learn from the greats. You honor the greats. You honor those who became before you because without them, you wouldn't got where you at. You wouldn't even got there. Then you use your hunches. You use your originality. This is where the sixth sense you get hunches. This is where you remix all the stuff that you learned. That's what I look at. You remix it. You learned it. You're like, okay, now I can dabble in that. Now I can put it into that. You know what? I like that idea. I'm about to do that. And boom, you got something that's basically original. Okay. Make sure you guys go ahead and listen to episode 2. In episode 1, nothing is truly original and how to be original. Okay. Study from the masters, download new worlds, follow formulas, break them with divine inspirations. Okay. And those are the hunches, divine inspirations as God is giving you. Okay. Example for artists, drawing fan art, satanic, creating a complete original character based on a dream equals creative world building your own universe, like what I'm doing, fall in the son of sin. Okay. Basically, it's both. Okay. It's basically both. So, like, for instance, white manga's Apple Black, Bleach, Naruto. Okay. That is those are perfect examples, which they already built upon something. They already use stories, which are stories of Naruto, stories of Amaterasu with with the Sharingan and all the other stuff, the Otsutskis and everything like that, with different with the names and all like that. We're using some of Japanese mythology, folklore, and everything like that, but build his own world and worked on his own world building. That is creative imagination and using synthetic imagination. Okay, you can do the same thing as an art. You can do the same thing as a business owner, building an entrepreneur. Building a business. It's the same. Okay, these are one of the steps towards riches. You can use both. I suggest using both, not just which one's better, which one's that. No, use both of them. You want to use every tool, even your imagination, at your disposal to build something that could be great, and it will actually build a lifetime and inspire others and possibly change their life for the best. Okay, like I'm doing, I'm building a world, my own universe, which I'm thinking about calling, which you have, which you guys go to Winnie Mitchell Comics, by the way.com. But I'm thinking about calling it the Jaron verse or the Jaron Mitchell verse. I'm about to probably a subscription or something like that on that. I'm working on that. Okay, but other than that, use both. Use both of them. Okay, let's use nothing is truly original. Still like an artist, do what you can do to build on top of others, learn from others, build on top of that. Then use your own creative, your own hunches, your own inspirations, your own creative flair, and not people telling you, oh, you should do this, you should do that. Okay, what should I do? Get your own hunches, that gut feeling, okay, that own divine inspiration that you build. And that's how I believe the great things that come out be great. Bleach, was it also some music with Beethoven? Albert Einstein used both. He said imagination is more important than knowledge. I believe you could actually use your imagination to obtain knowledge, like Napoleon Hill with his invisible consonant. You probably going to talk about that later on, later on in probably later episodes. But let's go ahead and to get to point number 5. Today's topic we're talking about today is 2 types of imagination: synthetic imagination versus creative imagination. Okay, point number 5: how to strengthen your imagination for daily practices. Okay, feed your synthetic imagination with study, great art, read life, experience, observe. This is basically using still like an artist. Nothing is truly original. Okay, start building on top of it. Start learning from other artists. Start learning from other people. Start learning and reading stories, listening to music. Okay, listen to those 2 episodes, man. I think those are gold mines right there. Pick up the book, Still Like an Artist, and all his Austin Kleon's other books as well. Watch Everything is a Remix. Okay, that's how you can do it. Study. Start studying. People complain about, oh, you're tracing art, you're tracing. Hey, I'm studying. I'm using it as a study. No references. I'm using a reference as a study. This is a study material type of drawing. It's not an actual work that I'm selling or anything, but this is something that I'm building. I'm studying. I'm wondering, okay, how does pose go? Okay, how did this person get here? How did they dynamically get the body like that and the body turn in the perspective? You're studying it. You're studying where they got it from, or not where, but how did they did it. You're studying their work. Okay, experience, and activate your creative imagination with meditation, journaling, visualization, passion projects. Okay, your dreams, recording your dreams. Okay. Ask for ideas before you go to sleep. Prayer. I say prayer. It doesn't say it on my rest right here, but prayer. Ask for it. Okay. This is divine. This is like the divine inspiration. God's literally giving to you. Was it also Stoicism with was it Marcus Aurelius, which I actually have the audiobook of that. I actually have the actual book. But here's some of his stuff, reflection, reflecting. You could probably build off even stuff of your day. You journal your day. You look back in the year like, damn, this is where I was at in the year last year. Start doing that. Okay, which I need to get better in a lot of journaling. I actually journaled today before I actually journaled. I almost forgot to, but I journaled this morning with my goal. Actually, with my goals though, write my goals down. Okay, so you can have here's going to be an affirmation mantra for you. Okay, you can use. You record, read it every single day, plan it into your mind, because you are what you repeatedly do. Excellence is a habit. Tony Robbins. The mother of habit is the mother of skill. That's basically what I was trying to say. Okay, so here's the affirmation: I channel creative and challenges through my imagination. I build what I know and receive what I need. And that's a good affirmation right there. I actually need to repeat that myself every single day. Bonus insights I'm gonna give y'all right now. Okay, all the breaks you need in life waits within your imagination. All the breaks, all the breakthroughs, everything that you need is wait through your imagination. Okay, thoughts or things, powerful things at that. Imagination isn't just for the artists; it is for the entrepreneurs, the visionaries, and for those who wants to build an empire. Okay, that's what it's for. And I'm giving you your call to action for the day. Okay, here's your call of action. Do it right now. And hopefully, I should have said you should have been writing notes right here. Okay, so reflect. Here's your reflection. Here's your call to action. You are the most. Here we go. Are you using you're using your synthetic imagination? Safe reference base. Type. Try type it. My goodness. Try typing into creative imagination today. Okay. Ask your higher self for ideas and act on it. Ask for God. Ask for Allah. I'm not asking my higher self. Basically, Allah, because Allah knows me best. God knows me best. He created me. So I know best. I will ask God, creator of the universe, Lord of all worlds, intelligence, knowledge, infinite intelligence, by the way. Okay, wisdom. I don't know his wisdom. That's one of his 99 names. It's also wisdom. For a guy, you say it, wisdom or something like that. I actually need to memorize all that. I'll actually, when I get to a point, I'm gonna memorize the whole Quran. Besides all that, ask yourself, God, ask your higher self, your ideas, or God. Okay, or you can use the 10 visual councilmen. You can also do what Napoleon Hill did, one of his exercises he's done. Go ahead and do that. And journal the most random ideas. Those are divine seeds. Okay, basically, those are the seeds that can help you your hunches. God has given you those seeds to help you change your life and also inspire our fellow men, women, and children. Okay, let's go ahead and recap today's episode. Today's episode is 2 types of imagination: synthetic imagination and creative imagination. Imagination is the workshop of the soul. And we're gonna be talking. We talked about a little bit of the types of imagination: Think and Grow Rich. Okay, the 2 types of imaginations. We're not gonna go everything, which is synthetic imagination. Through this faculty may arrange old concept with old concept ideas and plans into combination. Faculty creates nothing, but it merely works on the material experience, education, observing of which is fed. Is the faculty most used by the inventors, the artists, with the expectation of genius, and draws up a creative imagination. Okay, creative imagination. What is creative imagination? The creative imagination is through the faculty of creative imagination, the finite mind of those men who have direct communication, the infinite intelligence, direct communication, intelligence. God, Allah, I believe Allah, the Lord of all worlds, Lord of the heaven and the earth, everything in between. Okay, a creator of everything in between. And the faculty are through the hunches and inspirations are received. It is by these faculties that all basic and new ideas are handed over to man. It is through this faculty that thought vibration from the minds of others are received. The law of vibration. Okay, it is through the faculty that one's individual may turn it into a communicate with a subconscious mind of other men, and using your own subconscious mind with 67,000 thoughts per day. Okay. What was point number one? Point number one is imagination is the root of all achievement. Okay. The root of every achievement, every piece, art, business, and invention began within the mind. First come thought, then organization, then action. If you do not see great riches within your imagination, you will never see them in your bank balance. Imagination equals capability and is not fluff. It is power. Point number two, synthetic. What is synthetic imagination? I already gave you that. Point number three, what is creative imagination? I already gave you that. Point number four, how to use both synthetic and creative imagination. Synthetic imagination, build your craft and structure, grounded, strategic. Creative imagination pushes boundaries in where originality lives. And the greatest artists use both. Okay, in the masters, everyone, not just artists. Follow, study masters, download new worlds, download some new stuff. Follow formulas, break them with divine inspirations. Okay, and I'm using this to build my own world. Okay, drawing, fan art, synthetic, creates a complete original character based on the world's dreams, world building and building on the universe, like I'm doing with Fallen of Sun and Sea. Point number five: strengthen your imagination daily. Feed it every daily. Journal, meditate, visualization, prayer. Work on passion projects. Ask for ideas before you go to sleep. Pray on them. Use your affirmations, and be obsessed. Be obsessed with it. Be obsessed with using your imagination. Okay. And again, affirmation: I channel creative intelligence through my imagination. I build what I know and receive what I need. Okay. And all breaks need in life is all the break you need in life is wait within your imagination. Thoughts are things and powerful things at that. Imagination isn't just for artists. It's for the entrepreneurs, visionaries, and those who's building an empire. Okay. And your call of action, you already said that. Make sure you go ahead and listen to episode 1, Nothing is Truly Original, and episode number 2 of the Create Like a God podcast, How to Be Original. You can go ahead and look it up. Okay. And also, again, make sure you guys like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, so that way you can get some more content like this. And as well as make sure you get your free course, so that way you can obtain creative freedom. Get our copy recession-proof business model, so that way you can work on build your own online business, your own brand. You can go to jaronmitchell.com/iconic marketer with a K. It's going to be in the description, in the show notes. And also you can scan right here if you're watching from the computer or everywhere else. All right. Folks, is not where we at, it's where we come from. Always create like a God. You're the master of your fate. You're the captain of your soul. You're made in the image of God. God gave you a brain to think for yourself. So go ahead and take full possession of your own mind. Worship the one creator, which I believe is Allah. And always create like a God. Talk to you guys